Okay, I thought I'd do a live stream because there's news there's news that Netflix, it's a rumor at the moment, there's a rumor that Netflix might actually be able to save Stargate. I'll try and put a link in the end screen or in the description at some point. Now, I just wanted to show this. Hang on. Just a minute. Oh, damn it, just a sec. I've forgotten to do something. Put my cropping back on. Hang on. Right. Right. So, now there's a guy's channel called Tachyon Pulse Sci-Fi Podcast. Now he's got a huge following. He's got over 13.8 thousand subscribers, and a lot of people are subscribed to the channel. Look how many views he's got in the last 5 hours. 831 thumbs up. The video has been viewed 8,183 views. It's still going up, look. 8,240 views. Because everybody loves Stargate. Now, I'm not going to play the video. I just wanted to show you because I wanted to explain some basics about what you can do if you're a Stargate fan and you're hungry for it and you're missing it. Now, in Second Life, when you create a new account, the first thing that happens is you have to create an avatar, and the way you do that, let me just put the Stargate in the frame. It's the Pegasus Gate, that one, by the way, not the yeah, I've forgotten the word. Okay, so what you can do when you first join Stargate, let me just flick back to, no, oh, that's Tilk down there, by the way. There's Tilk. And there's quite a lot of Animesh. These are not real people, they're actually called Animesh. There are a few available, but a lot of the Stargate Animesh are pretty secluded, as in proprietary, but if you know the right people you can find them. And if you're an honourable person. Now, when you first join Stargate, I'm going to go back to this, let's see, I wanted to show you how you do it. If you go to, if you open a web page, and you go to second life.com, you go to secondlife.com, you create an account, you sign up, and you basically, first thing you do when you join Second Life is you have to create an avatar in order to interact with other people, other avatars in Second Life. So I'm not going to go through all that. You need, if you want to join Second Life, you'll just have to go and read all about it, because there's such a lot of information on there. Once you've joined Second Life, if you're into Stargate, if you're really into Stargate, you're gonna have to, if you want to role play Stargate characters, there's something you can actually do, which is I'll go back to my other one. You can go to a place called Marketplace. In Marketplace, you can actually purchase an avatar that fits your roleplay. There's a few available. There's let me try and get this window a bit bigger. So if you search for SG1 Stargate, and you search, you'll find there's some animesh avatars. You'll find them for males and females. Let me just I've just realised something. And they're not expensive, they're only $100 Linden dollars at the moment. If I can I zoom in on that? Oh shucks. I have to go back to freaking heck. Just a minute. I want the other screen capture. Just a minute. Just want to zoom in on it. So wrong one. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. Right. If I zoom in, there's 98 items alone for Stargate outfits. It's actually becoming quite popular at the moment. It's actually taking off because of the huge disappointment by Amazon to basically backstab everybody and say we're cancelling Stargate. And now people are saying, "Oh no, I've been looking forward to it," and it's been revitalized. It's back in people's heads again. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people interested in it. These outfits are cheap. I mean, if you don't know what Linden dollars are, you can buy 1,000 Linden dollars for about 6 UK sterling, right? And that's probably about $8 or $9. So you can get 1,000 Linden dollars for about $6 or $8, depending on what the exchange rates are at, right? So 100 Linden dollars is peanuts. You're talking about a few pennies, right? So don't let that scare you when you see 100 Linden dollars. It's peanuts if you look at the exchange rates. You get all these outfits. You can get there's loads of trivia in Second Life. There's the Stargate hoods that works, and there's also these. Well, you can see what it says there anyway. There's all sorts of, you can get your working Stargate teleport. Generally speaking, Stargates in Second Life are free, actually. It's the accessories that you get later on you have to usually buy. VK Labs is one of my favourites because although I've had some issues in the past with some of the HUD malfunctioning on some of the gates, these bugs are just works in progress. People are working. The guy behind it is fixing these problems as time goes along, and when he knows about them. Now, you can also have there's the Stargate mothership. If you've got enough land space to park the damn thing. There's a whole bunch of tattoos and everything. These are all different people. There's the monolithic platforms. There's more stuff in here than you can imagine. The Animesh, there's Tilt there, SG1. He's only 65 Lindens. There's so much stuff to do with Stargate in Second Life. It absolutely blows your mind when you start to realise what's in there. I mean, people. I got a question the other day. Somebody asked a question in a comment on one of my videos. They said, "What game is this?" And that is part of the reason why I decided to do a live stream on this, because a lot of people don't even know this exists in Second Life. Um, there's the Stargate teleporter pack for the rings that the Gaul use. Some of these are actually very low price. Some of them are expensive. It depends who's making them, because there are different people manufacturing and scripting these items in Second Life. There are different. It depends what you choose to get, but I prefer VK Labs. He's doing a great job, although that's what I've got experience with, so I might be a bit biased. But if you look here, there's Stargate Universe outfit, there's the Stargate Command outfit for female, and all for male and male as well. So there's the uniform, the Stargate uniform. If you're using a conventional avatar, you can get the uniform and just wear that over the top, which you might have seen Roger wearing actually. Some of my Second Life videos, you might have seen my alter ego, whatever, Roger. He's also got the uniform, and it's not that expensive. There's just so much stuff in here. I mean, I can't go through it all. There's Stargate Voice of Walter. There's well, CP Sub Captain Samantha Carter uniform. I think that's an animesh actually. I think you wear that, you can actually become Samantha Carter. It's not a good likeness, I know, but remember, this is early days. A lot of this work, the animesh is pretty new. The animesh is very new in Second Life. A lot of improvements are still being worked on, and there's a lot of new types of build quality coming into play at the moment. There's Colonel Jack O'Neill, he's 65 lindens. Dr. General Jackson, 65 lindens. Then there's the VK Labs Icarus DHD dial home device. Then there's the Icarus D dial home device for the Milky Way. There's, yeah, I don't know. I can't keep talking because it's overwhelming, really. So the guy that was asked me the question in the comment the other day, what game is this? I have to kind of explain something about Second Life. It's not a game. You can play games in it. There are games inside Second Life. You go to some regions and you can become part of a game. But in retrospect, most of Second Life is just basically you wandering the streets and looking through towns and cities, and there's no HUD, there's no points given, there's no, you're not earning points, you're not losing points. Most of the time you're just a Second Life citizen wandering the streets looking for some action or something to do, and some people join these clubs and these groups to actually play a game. But Second Life itself is not a game. You can't have a game inside a game. I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? That's kind of like wearing a hat inside a hat, you know what I mean? Or wearing another head inside a head. It doesn't make sense. Second Life is what it says. It's a second life. It's alternative to real life. It's a place where you can interact with other people, have conversations. You have chat boxes. You can talk to each other. Voice chat. You can call people up when the voice chat's working. Well, there's been some issues with that lately because they've been fixing a whole bunch of problems with that since they swapped over from Vibox over to a new voice chat server. I forgot the name of it now. Yeah, I'm just getting old and my brain doesn't remember things as well as it used to do. there's also drama which you might not want. There's certain types of situations you might find yourselves in where you get into a confrontation where it's best to avoid political subjects. It's just generally common sense to avoid getting into any political dialogue with somebody and become disagreeable with them, falling out, and end up getting banned and kicked out of somebody's land and all this shit. I mean, this happens. But you see, people are diverse. We live in a very diverse society. There are different cultures, and we have what's called a culture clash. Culture clashes are quite common because you might meet somebody from a different country who's also in Second Life, who has a completely different view, a different on the world, how the world works, and because they live in a different area, a different place. And you might have Christian beliefs, they might have other beliefs, whatever. But you just got to try to, you got to tiptoe around those kind of subjects because you don't want to end up with getting into confrontation. The whole point of Second Life is where people can come and have fun, really. You can have homes, you can rent apartments, you can even buy your own land, you can build on your own land, you can basically do all sorts of things in Second Life that you can't do in real life, you know, because it's much more affordable, it's less expensive. But it's not cheap if you want to buy land. It can actually cost you quite a bit of real money if you actually buy a substantial amount of land, but some people do, and then they set up accommodation for people to come along and play and role play, have games. We like to do the fire station stuff, you know, firefighting, because let's face it, I'm not really into competitive type sports myself. I'm not into competition where you're actually fighting to beat somebody else down and you're trying to win over them. I'm not into that competition stuff. I'm just into having a bit of fun, really, and it's a bit of a distraction from real life depression and negativity, and so this is another reason why I don't want to get into political subjects, because people go there to get out of all of that. People are trying to escape real life politics, real life freaking problems. They come in Second Life because they just want to have fun. They want to make some new friends. They want to explore, and Stargate is a great way to explore some rather mysterious places, but you don't have to use the Stargate. You can literally just teleport from one place to another without having to. A Second Life is huge. It's big. I mean, it's. I have been a member of Second Life now. Something like 16 years, maybe, or was it 13, 14 years? I've forgotten. I have to go and check my profile. But in all the time that I've been in Second Life, I have never been able to see all of it. And the problem is, if you don't continually explore, places disappear and new places spring up, and it's a self-perpetuating build. It's always building new. There's always new things appearing. I recently did a video about abandoned land. One of the problems with abandoned land is people often build things and they haven't really got a good plan. They haven't often got a good vision of what they really want to do with the land. They're just tinkering them out. They're trying things out, and people don't come, people don't visit. Sometimes they do. A lot of the successful venues are mostly dancing and entertainment industry within Second Life. That seems to be quite popular, but then it costs you money because you've got to donate money all the time, and you're constantly emptying your pocket of Lindens, and after a while you kind of think, well, it's like a bottomless pit, you know. I keep putting money in these places, I'm dancing, I might be having a bit of fun, but after a while you get a bit bored of it, and you just want to change. You want some action, you want to shoot zombies, or you want to fight demons, or you want to explore or whatever. So it's always a challenge. You're always looking for the new challenge, a new experience. And Second Life has got all of that. It's got loads of that. But you can go to places and there's nobody there, and you think, well, this is boring. There's no effer around. There's nobody here. But that's because it takes two to make a party, right? It takes more than one person to make something entertaining and useful. And people seem to lack patience these days. People seem to turn up at a place and magically expect to find loads of stuff happening. But often you get to places and there's nothing happening. And you got to remember that there's a reason for that as well. It's different time zones. Some people might have a sim and they might be on the other side of the world and they might be asleep. Yeah, they're probably the middle of the night for them, but for you it's midday. So you'll go to places and find there's nobody there, but it's because you're in another time zone. So you've got to remember that as well. Linden Labs has their own time clock. It's called Second Life Time, SLT, and you just gotta find what time a particular region is operating on, where people are coming together and having a group, a role play group or an entertainment group. There are certain venues where you get to a club and there's loads of dancing features, dancing animation override, but there's nobody there. But you go and check the group, you'll find a note card which tells you when the events are being held, and then you think, oh right, so I've got to show up at that particular time to be able to see the action. And that's basically what you've got to do. You can't just hop around and think, oh, there's going to be somebody there when I get there, because it's not always the case. People have time slots of when they're going to do things, and that's usually the case nearly every place. There are some places which always seem to be active, and those places usually tend to be very deep role play. I've noticed that there's some zombie areas, there's some zombie sims, and they seem to be very popular. There always seems to be somebody around. There's also some battleship seafaring type simulations in Second Life, but most of it's on Linden Land or Linden Water they call it. Yeah, the only way you're going to find out everything about Second Life is to actually be in it, to actually join it. You don't have to have a premium account. You can join it for free, but you are a little bit restricted, a little bit limited on what you can do if you have a free account. You can't. There are certain types of land you can't buy if you're on a free account, like Linden Land. You can't. You can rent, or you can buy small parcels maybe that are owned by somebody else underneath, or above you, I should say. But anyway, I'm losing my voice. So thanks for watching.